Welcome back to my channel, Maria Kafetzis, luxury real estate broker with Douglas Elliman Real Estate. And today I want to speak to you a little bit about commissions, real estate commissions, and what people's kind of thoughts are on commissions and what we encounter as agents on commissions and what homeowners feel about commissions. So I have been asked to do a video by a couple of colleagues as well as a former client because he said to me that he realized my value only after the transaction, and he says you really need to put up a video about what you do, because he's like, I really realized how much value you brought to the transaction. So I think most of the homeowners realize my value once they've already had their home listed. So they list their home, it doesn't work out, then they list it with me, and then they're like, wow, no wonder you charge more. So I am not a discount broker. In Florida, it doesn't really matter. As most of you know, I'm licensed both in New York and in Florida. In Florida, it's pretty standard. 6% is the standard listing brokerage fee, and it gets split half and half, usually 3% on each side. I don't believe it's fair. I think the listing agent should always get at least 1% more, but you know, that's pretty much the way it works in Florida, but it is 3% on each side, so it's substantial. In New York is where the problem happens because, you know, I cannot tell you how many agents are still working for what I call minimum wage, which is 4% in New York. It's a epidemic really in New York because these agents just don't have the value. They just don't. And I'm so sorry if any agents that I value very much and that I work and I respect very much in New York are seeing this. This is absolutely not for you, but I think you will agree with me that 70% of our industry is just discount brokerage. So basically what happens is if you stand outside and you're a New York homeowner with a sign that I want to sell my house, there'll be a bunch of people lined up to take a listing between 2 and 4%. And they will all tell you the world, and then they'll throw you on MLS, and you will sit there and not have showings and not understand why no one's calling, and it just sits there. So, you know, discount brokerage, my friends, it's what it sounds like. It's just a discounted service. It's less than, you know, standard, and it's out there, and people are working for minimum wage and doing minimum work. So if that's what you're looking for in your listing broker or agent, please, by all means, I'm definitely not the broker for you. But in generally speaking, you know, the fee that I charge as Douglas Elliman agent, Douglas Elliman in general, in New York, it's 6, 7, or 8%. Typically speaking, the 7 and 8% is in Manhattan. So on Long Island, we are charging 6%. That is the standard fee. Sometimes if you've worked with the client before, or if you've had a certain amount of transactional work with them, or if you're looking for a house for them and they're selling, you may want to give them a little bit of a discount, maybe 1% off if you sell it without another agent or something like that. But typically speaking, it's a 6% commission. So if you are a homeowner and you know the last of the conversations in a listing presentation, the homeowners ask, how much do you charge? And I tell them, and they're all like, well, wow, you know, other people are charging 4%. And I'm aware of that. If I show you the marketing on other people and I show you how those same homes that I'm marketing look, you'll understand. You know, if you read the descriptions of some of these homes, you'll understand. This doesn't come by nature. This comes from experience and expertise. And of course, I always go back to law because that's what I know. So if you hire a first-year law student, they're going to do first-year law student work, and their fees are much less. And you have much less experience and much less advice, you know, consultational advice. So if that's what you're looking for, then that's okay. If you're looking for an experienced agent and they're charging 4%, it's most likely not an experienced agent, or they haven't done business in a while, or there's a reason why they're charging less, you know, or not doing business. So I have not charged 4% in over 8 years, and we're in 2020, and I can tell you that, you know, my clients understand the value of what I bring to the table, especially if they've been listed before. And that's fun for me. When they've been listed before and they call me and they say, hey, I was listed, I couldn't sell my house, and I found your name or I was referred to you, and I give them a presentation, I blow them away from day one, and then when I list their home and follow through with all these actions, they're even more blown away. And when you follow through with those actions and with results, it's by far, so maybe you'll pay 1% more, but you might make $100,000 or $150,000 more on your sale because of the way your home is represented. Don't be silly and penny wise and pound foolish when selling your biggest asset. So that's pretty much what I'm going to say on the listing fees and what that takes into account. Discounts, guys. I know that you're tempted to always ask for discounts because the checks look big, but you have to keep in mind, sometimes we put in 3 weeks worth of work. Sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's a year. It depends. But either way, there's a budget for advertising that we pay out of pocket. There's a budget for printing that we pay out of pocket. The companies don't pay absolutely not one expense, not one pen, not one business card, nothing. Okay, so this is all out of our pocket. Your advertising is out of our pocket. Your brochures are out of our pocket. I typically order professional brochures for every single listing I've had for the last 6-7 years. So, professional brochures, professional photography. Some homes get videography. Some homes get aerials, depending on where the home is, or if it's a condo, if it's on the beach or what have you. So there's no limit to my marketing. I go full force with whatever that property needs. So I need a budget for that, right? Because if at the end of the day, now we close, and let's say the check, I'm going to use round numbers, is $10,000, a portion of that check goes to, this is a very small amount, but a portion of that check will go to the office. After that office part is cut, a portion of that check has to go to taxes. A portion of that check has to reimburse the expenses spent on that listing. And when we take that home, it's usually less than a third of the check that we started with. So I want to make that very clear in this video that I know you guys think we're super rich movie stars and celebrities selling these fancy homes and living these luxurious lives with our Mercedes-Benz and beautiful homes that we live in. And it's true, we do live great lives, but the problem is that if we didn't have those things, you wouldn't respect us and you wouldn't want to do business with us. So those are all business expenses, the cars and living in a nice neighborhood and living in a nice home, and having certain things is part of our business. So you wouldn't probably want to do business with an agent that doesn't pull up in a nice vehicle and you're looking at $2 million homes, right? So take that into account. It's part of our business. And, these expenses that we have are serious expenses, and we work months without a paycheck. So, sometimes a homeowner, something happens in the home and they say, well, maybe the brokers can split it. I have never split an expense for a home, and any of my homeowners can tell you, that's one thing that I will not do. The bottom line is I am not responsible for your sewer system. I am not responsible for your electrical problem. And I am not responsible for anything that goes wrong with your house. All I am responsible for is to find a buyer for your home. And if you're a buyer buying a home, all I am responsible for is providing you good service in finding you your dream home and making it a reality, and helping you locate financing, and helping you walk through your home inspection and understand your home inspection, and helping you understand your financing if I need to. But that's to the extent of where my duties go. I'm not responsible for paying, to pay down your credit card or to, pay an expense of yours. I mean, be realistic. This is not my job and it's not my responsibility. So I also own properties, and I don't expect my agent or the listing agent to pick up any fees for me. So be realistic, guys. This is our job. And sometimes, how I have discussed in one of my other videos is Be reasonable when you're working with an agent. Be loyal to them. Understand that that person is really dedicating their time to you, and all their time is valuable because we don't get a paycheck. There is no paycheck. I know that some people don't understand this, but there is no paycheck for real estate agents across the country. Okay, we are worked basically on closings only. So unless we're signing a lease or we're signing contracts and closing on that contract, there is no paycheck for a realtor. So none of us have insurance benefits that are paid for. We have to pay for them ourselves. None of us have pension plans that are paid for. We have to pay for them ourselves. So just be really, really conscious of that when you ask for discounts or when you ask for anything, that's truly unreasonable, that you would be offended if your boss asked you, right? So if you're an attorney in a law firm and there's something going on and there's an expense that needs to be made and they say, well, you take care of it. We'll take it out of your paycheck this week. You're like, what? No way. I work here. I'm not responsible for the electricity of the building. Right, so the same thing goes with us, right? We're not responsible for your problems. We're responsible to help you find a way to solve those problems and to get you either sold and out of your home or into the home that you dream of. So that is our responsibility. Sometimes, we work on referrals. I typically don't do referral fees because of the amount of work that I pay, that I do. I don't pay out. So I don't typically market myself as a referral agent. I get my own business. I don't really need referral business, but I do get referrals from clients and friends and obviously past homeowners and past buyers, and those referrals are the most valuable to me. So please keep them coming, guys. I've been asked through maybe my last 20 years of the career, here and there, very rarely, because no one would dare ask this except a few people, hey, I'm sending you my friend who's selling their $3 million house. I want something. We're not allowed. It's called a kickback. It's illegal. I can lose my license for that. So, if you have a problem with that, I am sorry, but I am not going to jeopardize my entire career to give you $1,000 or $500 or whatever it is that you expect me to give you. So I never do that. And, some people may feel like, oh my God, I better do this because they're not going to send me business. If that's why you're sending me the business, I don't want it. I'm doing the business and I'm providing a service that your family or friend would never otherwise have had. And I really, really respect what I do. But I do give thank you gifts, and I do give, dinner gift certificates and things like that to appreciate. But guys, don't ask your agent for kickbacks because we're not allowed to do it, and it's illegal, and we can lose our license and be revoked for life. And I have 2 licenses to protect, and they are very, very, very important to me. So please keep that in mind. And, again, respect and honor your agent. Understand that they're there earning a living. They don't get a regular paycheck. And please don't ask for discounts. But hold your agent accountable. They should be doing all the marketing and everything that you expect, because if they're not delivering, they shouldn't get paid. And they won't get paid because they won't close on the deal and you won't have to pay them. So it's really $0 to you until your agent sells. And at that point, if they sell and you accept the offer, then most likely you're ecstatic about your offer, and it's a good deal for everyone. So please keep that in mind. If you have any questions at all, please call me. I'd love to represent you in the next purchase or sale of your home, either in New York or Florida. Please call me, 516-885-2525 or 305-773-5994. You may also email me at rightrealtor, 4 and the letter U @gmail.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at rightrealtor4you. That's RIGHTREALTOR, 4 and the letter U, and spelled the same way at facebook.com/rightrealtor4you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful in helping you understand a little bit about our commissions and how everything works and what we pay out of our commissions. And it's not just going straight to our banks. It goes to our company and then goes through a whole process before it gets to us. So please keep that in mind, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.